I changed I changed like my entire fucking mind. I was thinking that the frost felt more like an afterthought, and I didn't really like that. And even though I defended the greases, I don't really think that that's for this build in particular. I had an idea for a different build that went in line with this character's lore and an easier stat spread for the beginning of the game, considering that most of the incantations I wanted for lightning, or the type of incantations that I wanted, are damn near end game. So I think what I'm going to do is have this be an arcane build, you know what I mean? Kind of focus on that, the dragon aspect, considering that I said that this character's lore is that he kind of became obsessed with dragons, blah, 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 blah. And, you know, I have the whole death thing I still wanted to go for. That was kind of the main thing that was kind of keeping it all together. And I think what makes sense is that, you know, maybe he had a character, you know, someone in his life that he's still frantically obsessed with. They passed away, you know. He becomes obsessed with death and those who dwell in it. So his journey is to find an answer to resurrect or bring this person back, and so that him and his I'll just say, instead of important person, I'll just say fucking lover, I don't know, something like that, are free, or at least free to live together, quote unquote live forever. He plans to turn himself into a dragon. Sounds fucking stupid, right? But I like it. So what I'm going to do actually is alright, is focus on, I'm gonna buff my strength just a little, because I want the jellyfish shield. I think that's gonna work really well with the build, especially because I've kind of gotten used to the guard counters. I thought it was really cool. So I want that shield. There's a couple talismans I still want, and I'll kind of write down where to find those as well. And then I want to pump a lot into arcane. Another low stat of mine. I know where to get a larval tier. I don't know if I should try to change my stat now. Kill Renala, you know, ASAP. Or if I should kind of go as I am now. Personally, what I think I might do is go find a couple of the items I need, a couple of the, maybe a couple of the talismans. You know, level up a bit. Maybe even just like toss in a couple to like vigor and shit like that. And then go challenge Renala. And then just change my shit up ASAP. And then I'm gonna go dragon hunting. Pump a fuck into arcane. Or maybe I should kill the dragons first. Maybe kill Renala. Don't switch up just yet. Try my best to kill some fucking dragons. It might be kind of tough, but hopefully I can summon some people. Go dragon hunting, kill some dragons. Use like the dragon maw, the dragon claw, and then pump arcane into that. After I change my stats, use that as my damage. You know, change my glaive into the occult, and then I should be set from there. And then play this dragon arcane. Oh, also. With death, I wanted to also focus on rot easily. So I'm just gonna be using the rot breath and the, what is it, fucking Ezekiel? The Ezekiel rot dragon breath. You know, that'll probably be my spells for my arcane build until all the way I get to the crumbling farm Azula. Right? I'm gonna go all the way there. See, I thought I was gonna focus on faith first, but I think that was a mistake. Just because, yes, I can get lightning pretty early, but in general, Lightning is really good early game, but Faith in general, I feel like I don't have that much options other than healing and stuff like that. I could be completely off base here. Maybe I'm still thinking of older games, but it just feels like am I dead? No. It just feels like a lot of things are going to be wholly resistant in the game, and having lightning damage is really cool, but honestly, until I get the Ancient Dragon prayer book at the Farum Azula for the red lightning, to kind of go with the theme, lol, I just don't think it's worth it to pump all that into Faith, like what I do now. It's like at 20 something. Wow, no, it's not at 20 something. I was that's for the spell that I have now that I wasted time getting. So yeah, getting that spell was kind of a waste of time, lol. But it didn't really take that long, and so was like the what did I get? The stupid thing for the grease. But that's okay, it doesn't matter. We live and we learn. So as of right now, I'm kind of gimped. Not currently, but for the future. So let me see what talismans and shit can take care of now. I can probably pick up the jellyfish shield. Actually, I need 20 strength. Yeah, man, you know, I think I will get that first. It's in front of the 4 belfries. I just need 2 more strength. And, Jesus, let's see. Just 2 more strength. Okay, so I'll clear some of these areas over here, right? And then once I do that, I'll probably be able to level up twice. Go pick up that shield, continue with my guard counter bullshit. Yeah, I already sold my shield like a dummy. Okay, that's okay. Yeah, I'll be able to do that, and then should be good. So let's go take care of that real quick. Alright. Should be some people coming up. Some rats, I think. Pick this up. And then probably later I'll be able to think of what consumables I want to start focusing on using. Which is something I rarely think about, but I can definitely say after my first playthrough, somewhere around mid-game, I realized how intelligently these consumables were designed. Because they are very useful. I know I saw some people saying that the pots and shit were kind of garbo, especially around the end game. I haven't tested that for myself. I could believe that, personally. I know they scale. I guess it seems like it's not by much. But, I don't know. I feel like they could be useful. I mean, I know there's a lot of, like, meme videos of people doing, what is it, like, consumable-only builds. And I know pots are a very heavy part of that. And they've got talismans for it. And I know they've even got the Jarhead. I don't know. I feel like maybe they're stronger than people think. You know, for something that doesn't require any strength or dex. It's very rare. I think for you to be able to make a functional build without, you know, strength and dex, but now here's the thing also. With my build, I think to kind of even out my stat spread, this is going to be tough. But it also goes to the character. I might not level much into vigor, which is unfortunate because I'm not like, you know, it's not that I'm not a fan of low vigor builds. I think they're really cool, but I personally get frustrated playing as them. It's like this one guy who made this video where he was explaining that people aren't putting fucking vigor into their builds, and explained that unless you're doing absolutely insane damage, it's usually not worth it. He said something like, you're not really a glass cannon build, you're just glass. Which is fair. If anything, having no vigor at all would probably be dumb, right? But being a little squishy. In this game, I'm not really sure what exactly counts as a little squishy. Some people were saying 40 vig, but I found that when I played my my first character, she had like 40 vig, and I bumped it up to like 44 because I had like some layover when I was trying to get to the like the whole meta soul level or rune level or whatever. I found that maybe, I don't know if the difference between 44 and 40 is so drastic, but I found that it was pretty manageable. I wouldn't necessarily say that character was squishy. Maybe at 40 I'd feel just like I would just be able to call myself squishy at that range, but I don't know. I guess I never really felt squishy until, like, you know, maybe even in the middle of the game where I decided I wasn't leveling vigor all that much, and I had like, what, like 20-ish? I was like, yeah, dude, I'm definitely squishy as hell. But I never really got that impression. I don't think I've ever actually walked down here, even on my other character. I don't think I've ever actually felt squishy. People were saying, yeah, the endgame boss is like, they just completely wipe your health bar. And you know what? That was not actually true at all. I don't think they really did that. I don't ever remember finding myself getting one shot like that. To be fair, I did have a bit of strength that might have helped my physical defenses, and I always had a talisman like slot available, so occasionally I would honestly, not even occasionally, maybe like once or twice I put in a necessary defense talisman if I wanted to, but it was very not so often. To be fair, my build was also bonkers with the gravity bolt, so I didn't find myself getting hit too often, but when I did, I didn't feel like, oh my god, I put 40 vig and I'm still getting my ass beat, I'm so squishy. That was not the case ever, really. I definitely understand the case where people are arguing for a 150 rune level. It is true, around the end of the game, you kind of naturally find yourself pretty high. So people saying things like 80 is asinine. Even 100 might be kind of cutting it a little short. But if there's one thing I could honestly say, I think I naturally found myself around more of the 125 range, around the like 120 range, and then after that I was kind of just throwing my level in there just because. But around that point is when it felt kind of draining. I wouldn't say I was grinding, because I mean at the end you find a lot of shit, but it felt like I was saving a lot of runes for no reason. I think at that point it didn't really matter. The levels were kind of negligible, personally. So if somebody asked me personally what I would recommend for a soul level, really, unless you plan on helping with endgame summons, which is where I start recommending to just level yourself a lot higher, because if you want to do like, you want to summon like 3 people for Elden Beasts, if y'all are at 150, it's still not going to cut it. The fucker gets way too much HP. IMO. Jesus. I gotta learn more about this build, like what I'm gonna be doing, right? Never really use a halberd. But yeah, I don't know. To me personally, 125 cuts it. This is a strange community. It's kind of riddled with a lot of old heads and new people at the same time. Like, I feel like a lot more new people are having an opinion than look at that fucking rat. I feel like a lot more new people are having an opinion, comparatively to older games. I could be completely off base here, but that's just what I'm noticing, right? What's funny about this is that in this game, or maybe even more Bloodborne, and if I saw an enemy like this, I wouldn't even think it's a fucking glitch. I personally, I see this as just a regular mob. But yeah, I don't know. A lot of differing opinions with people, you know, and so I get the conversation is going to last for a very long time. At the end of the day, hilariously enough, it's never really conversation that moves things forward. It's always going to be, wow. Okay, it's always going to be action. It's always going to be actual concrete evidence in people's face. People talking isn't going to be enough. People are going to have to personally try other soul levels, rune levels, you know, and then be like, wow, this feels much better. This feels much more organic. The most annoying thing that I definitely see when it comes to the conversations about the proper rune level is definitely all this fear mongering with the full Havel rolling magic guy that can do fucking everything. I'll let you know, even at 150, dude, I even doubt like at 170 anybody's gonna be doing that. The requirements the requirements for you to equip anything, damn near do damage with it, are so astronomically huge. No, that is not gonna happen. How the fuck is this guy going to wear all this equipment? First of all, you know, I don't know what the Havel's equivalent would be in this game. I'll let you know he is not wearing that without a fuck ton of endurance. And if he starts using rings for it, then, you know, tough luck. And then on being, you know, one of the strongest when it comes to magic or doing anything comparatively, you know, you'll be getting absolutely blasted by other guys. Armor does a lot in this game. It really does. A lot more than I was expecting to see. But I feel like it does just enough in this game where it's actually viable and good, and not absolutely overpowered. It's not like this is Dark Souls 1, where some dude is just gonna, you know, put on a giant full set of armor, equipped like a ring or two, to alleviate his whoa shit, I thought it was a bird. Alleviate his equip load, and that'll just be okay. That's not the case in this game. Again, I swear, it feels like so much of the opinion of the rune level, like so much discussion is happening from people who aren't playing the game or haven't played it. You know, and all these people are like, oh yeah, I beat the game like 3 times and this is my opinion. You're lying then. I'm you know, I'm being blunt. You're a liar. You're a liar or you're a fucking moron. I don't know which one's easier to believe. Usually what's easier to believe is that you're a moron, but people lie a lot online, you know, just to prove their point. Because who's gonna check you? Fartfucker39 is not gonna check whether or not you've beaten the game 3 times to have this idiotic opinion. You know what I mean? Like a full Havel with like the craziest spells and incantations, and he can also do this, and he's gonna backflip on you. And he's gonna have like a lightning straight sword. I mean, you know, I could be wrong. Like, you know, I'll eat shit if I see a video of somebody doing that at like soul level 150. Hell, do it even lower, and I'll just play a different game. But it's not going to be viable, is the point. You can do that, but I feel like it's something I said before about you know, you're balanced by your burdens, the balance of burdens. You know, you're balanced by your weaknesses. Like, yeah, he's gonna be wearing full Havels, right? And he's gonna have, let's say he's gonna have this insane magic. Let's say he's gonna have this like low equip load, and he's gonna be using these crazy incantations. That's all, you know. It's really nice for him. How much damage is he gonna be doing with these incantations? A lot? Okay, I mean, if he's gonna be doing a lot of damage, I'll be honest, with the stat spread, I'll have to assume that he is not going to have a lot of endurance. He's not going to have a lot of mind. And he's not, or maybe he sacrificed vigor. There's a sacrifice in there. Honestly, with that type of build, who's going to be doing all these sorceries, all these incantations, have like insane damage, you know, let's just say, let's go even more, you know, let's go more insane with it and say the damage is even, it's physical. It's not like he has a lightning weapon, you know, going off his faith, or probably would be more apt if he's going to be having all this insane magic damage. He probably has a magic weapon, just because intelligence benefits from being a little higher, right? So let's say he's got like a weapon or two, you know, maybe to switch it up for defenses if he's fighting against a mage or something, you know, because, you know, we're going with their logic of this all-rounder, this guy who can do anything. The stats required to do that and still be able to take a hit, because the armor is only going to protect you like so much, right? The stats to do that is insanely high. I'm willing to wager even like around the 200 range, like 210 even. And at that point, if you're doing the all-rounder at 210, there is going to be some guy at that level who isn't doing the all-rounder. I'll let you know that. This fucker is doing some insane, at 210, this fucker is doing some insane mage build with like a very sharp weakness and a super powerful spell. You know, he has to be, you know, like a strategy with a fuck ton of magic, near limitless MP. Know what I'm talking about? This fucker is not running out of endurance. You're like, holy shit, when is he gonna stop swinging this thing? The stick. Never do. He has the Vig. It's at those higher levels where that shit is happening. It's not happening at 150. I don't, you know, I was gonna say I don't understand where that opinion comes from, but I do understand where that opinion comes from, because it's one that's purely fueled by fear. It's not rational. Another opinion I saw was, it's not necessarily it's not necessarily as annoying as an opinion. It's not really annoying at all. It's just something that I think they're wrong about. I had to test it myself. It's, you know, it's what I was saying about the whole vigor thing. People are saying, you know, and I genuinely think these might be newcomers that are like, you don't understand how important MP is. You don't understand how important vigor is. You don't understand how important endurance is. like they genuinely seem to think that every build is holy fuck again. You know, can I kill this fucker? But yeah, these guys think that every build is going to need 40 on all three, or even like 25. I don't think that's the case at all. You don't need all that shit. MP is hella important, with an asterisk on it. You know, it was like a claim that it was like the claim that, you know, even guys who aren't casting are gonna need a fuck ton of MP because they're using Ash of Wars. I'll let you know this. I'll let you know this. The guys that are using this Ash of War on their like melee builds, most of them, if they're using it a lot, it's one of those like 3 MP costs or like 10. It's fucking negligible. And if it's one of those bigger ones, that guy's only trying to hit you once or twice. If he needs that much MP, he needs to stop missing. Right? Unless you're really whole, unless you're really using it for casting, you need like 20 MP max. Like you get a lot per level. But you don't even, I wouldn't even, like, my last build, I'm switching it up now, but I went through the whole game with, like, what is it, I think it was, like, 17, or even, like, 15, it was such a low number, because, I didn't need it, and I was, like, spells were a majority of my build, you know, I used, like, the, one of the tiers for infinite MP if I wanted to use meteors, and then after that I stuck with a couple rock slings, the gravity bolt. It was mostly gravity bolt, you know, Shard of Alexander to help my my damage on it, you know, EG's talisman to maybe lower the FP cost for you know the skills. I mean, even without it, it was still manageable. It really wasn't that serious. I don't think people are going to need that much MP. It's still a choice you can make. It isn't mandatory. Vigor is more important in my opinion. Even then, I don't need 40 Vigor, I think. I think that was also an exaggeration. Now, Endurance, that also seemed pretty important. Depending on the type of shit you want to carry, dude, I am getting mollywopped by this guy. I'm just gonna untoggle, I think, when I go to strike him. Okay, missed that one. Nah, my horse is gonna be out. I probably lost this one. You know, it's like I was saying before, you really need like the 1 or 2 stats that you can focus your damage on, and then the 1 or 2 that you kind of focus for your, you know, sorry, not necessarily just damage. You want the 1 or 2 stats that you can focus your damage and maybe your status effect on, kind of keep you a little more versatile when it comes to your offense, and then you want things that are just going to cover your bases according to your build. Like if you know you're going to be up close a lot, obviously you're going to want the Vig. If you know you're going to be really far and your spells are fast, if you're going to be agile, hey man, you don't need the Vigor. Right? I mean, if you're going to be using a lot of armor, you're going to be using a fuck ton of armor and you're going to be up close, then yeah, do Endurance. But at that point, maybe you don't need the MP. You know, there is a cost to these things. You don't need them. Just, you know, see what the fuck your build needs and work with that. You know, some people are just afraid to have low Vig. Even if They're not supposed to get hit. You know, they need all this fucking endurance. You probably are rolling a fuck ton like this, right? You're probably rolling a fuck ton and like mashing and being an idiot. How much MP do you really need? Are you wasting a lot of your spells? You know, your Ashes of War? Are you missing a lot? Is that what it is? I'm willing to bet you're doing something wrong. I'll tell you that. Can I just fucking hit this guy? I'm dead. I am not dead. I'm dead? Okay. Okay. I didn't know you had a black flame. Fucking flail. Oh man, I thought... Dumbass, I didn't rest at the other one. Alright. But yeah, I don't know. Those are my opinions on stats. I went on a little fucking tangent. People stress out a lot over shit. It doesn't really fucking matter. We'll figure it out. It'll happen. You know, a lot of these things happen organically. Stop trying to like force a level. And when I'm saying this, I'm not saying forcing it on others, because you can't tell other people what to do. Like, no one's really listening to each other. Stop trying to force it on yourself and, you know, having an unfun time. Like, the most important thing is that you're having fun with your playthrough and not forcing yourself to do some crazy 80 level soul level run because you feel like that's just the only way PvP will be balanced. I've seen as far as low as soul level 60. I remember some moron. This is when I was just looking up just to see like the discussion. What was it? He was like, yeah, this is an acceptable build for that Hand of Millennia. And it was like soul level 40 or something. And it's like just to meet the stat requirements. That's it. That's all that mattered. Stat requirements and like maybe like some other stuff, maybe a little bit of health, you know, maybe a little bit of vigor and endurance. It's like, yep, see, this is all you need for this type of build. And it's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, yeah, sure, you just you're just there just to hold the damn thing in your hands. That's all you need, guys. Strange opinion. Strange take. Do I have enough to hold that? Heavy load. Can imagine it's a heavy ass shield. What are its fucking defenses? What? Huh? Doesn't even cover 100 physical. I guess it does like a. It covers like a lot everywhere. It does mostly physical, and it makes sense. If it's just like like the best all-rounder shield. Fucking wolf, dude, get off my ass. You too. Two of you. Look at me, mashing. This is why people need all this endurance. You're wasting my time. What the hell's going on over here? Ah, Meteor Boys. Hey, how's it going? Keep thinking it's R2 to do the next one. I'll probably come here again to get that memory slot. I'm pretty sure that's what's here. but I'll do that later. Right now, I'm just gonna focus on. Holy fuck. Oh, that's Cragblade. Okay. That's interesting. I killed these guys before, but I don't remember them doing that. Oh, come on. Oh, I'm not laughing anymore. You know, you're not doing that much damage, but you're sure as hell pissing me off. Though, that was pretty useful, actually. Never done that. Alright. Now it's just me and you, asshole. Is that sword available? Do we have a sword that gives us gravity well? Because that seems pretty cool. I'll be honest, they did a decent job with the gravity class of spells. I feel like they introduced a decent amount. They introduced a decent amount. You know, there's a lot of weapons that have like weapon arts relating to it and shit. I don't know, but I can't help but feel that the gravity wells, not the meteors, the gravity wells are just a little underwhelming. It's a catacomb. A catacomb? Should I do it? Why not? I mean, well... Yeah. Well, you know, all I really need is... Let me see where those talismans are. Let me check that out first. So, for the talismans that I'm going to use... Like, my main way of fighting is I'm gonna focus on, you know, for regular enemies, you know, walking around, I might like two-hand my glaive a little bit. But for the most part, I'm gonna walk around with my great shield. I'm gonna be using guard counters. It just works, and it's fun. It's nice. You know, after thinking about it more, yeah, I think since I'm not really gonna focus on putting raw on my shit, I am gonna use Phantom Slash because I just like it and I think it's really cool, and I think it might help for kind of like those mid-range battles. Give me like a quicker spell to do that might help with some posture breaking, like some, you know, some poise breaking battles. Like maybe I might get a guard counter, backstep, two-hand, and Phantom Slash. I think that might work a lot in PvE, and it's a good PvP mix-up as well. I'm gonna be doing those, and then once people are actually staggered, I might then use like a fucking Dragon Maul, you know, one of the lightning spells that I'm gonna get, which are gonna be I'm gonna use like the Ancient Dragon Spear and the Death Lightning are the two lightning ones I'm gonna use, and then for the incantations for the dragon ones, I'm just gonna be using I wanted to use the Claw. I'm not sure if I'm going to use Maul, actually. I think I might just use the fucking Claw. Well, I might use the Maul as I go through the playthrough, but I'm going to drop it later on. I'm just going to use the Claw, the Ezekiel's Breath, for Rot. So, 2 dragon incantations and 2 lightning spells, right? All one being Death Lightning. Because it's fucking cool. So, I'm just going to do those 2. I feel like the Claw can help me with much like bigger foes, you know, poise breaking some giant guys. It might help with a little bit of AoE, so with the breath. You know, 2 physical things to really help me out, because especially if I am gonna have a lot of faith and stuff, I'm gonna need help in the physical department. and then, you know, my lightning and you know, that shit. So I'll have a lot of different ways to get damage. You know, I'll have a lot of raw physical and lightning damage. And then I'll be able to use rock. It's a pretty good fucking build, I think. It might be really strong. So I'll be able to focus a lot. I don't think I need the endurance, personally. I'm not going to really be heavily armored. Right? I don't think I'm going to be heavily armored. I'm just going to be in the fray a lot. But I can take my battles a little slower, especially if I'm going to be rotting people. I can kind of use that as a time to, like, I don't know, collect my thoughts. You know, pick up some endurance. You know, take my time. Maybe I should use a health spell. I rarely use them, but I should probably focus on that, or not focus on it. Yeah, I'll think about it. But that being said, I'm gonna be focused a lot on faith and arcane, and then vigor and mind. So, do I want to focus on more on vigor or mind? My faith, I'm only gonna bring it enough to hold death lightning, which is like, oh well, then that's great. No, that takes. I'm bumping it up to 47 just for that. Though honestly, for nah, I'll fucking do it. I was gonna say for PVE, I can just kind of keep it at 30, like 8, just to hold the other ancient lightning sphere. But that at the end, anyways, this is gonna come all the way at the fucking end. It's gonna be like, not necessarily an afterthought, but you know, a strength I pick up at the end. A little unfortunate. I might still sneak in a couple of lightning strikes. I might hold on to lightning strike. Just because, what is the cutoff for arcane? Like arcane 20, 50, 80. I don't, for the attack rating 80. I don't need 80. Nobody needs fucking 80. You see what I mean? Like that's fucking insanity. I'll just go to 50. I'll do 50 arcane in the beginning, and then yeah, honestly, then I'll just do mind and vigor. I don't need endurance. I don't need like that much strength and anything else. It'll be a pretty split build again. I don't know if I'm gonna shoot for a specific rune level. Maybe I'll just keep it natural. See how it goes. So that being said, what are the talismans that I should be getting? See, I'm not sure. I don't really want to use source seals or scar seal, because I'm not planning on being any sort of glass cannon where I can completely be negligent about my vigor. Should I use an heirloom? I could use an heirloom, just I don't know, just to hold the fucking the shield. Not sure how worth it that is. Maybe. Probably not too bad. I'm gonna be in the fray a lot, so the Dragon Crush talisman is pretty good. Let me add the no, wrong one. Stargazer, no. Let me add the talisman. I'm gonna add these things to the tab just so I can know, see if from anything I'm considering it only reaches 4 anyways, so then I'll be pretty happy with that. The defense ones, no, I don't care. Critical damage, no. Guard counter, yeah, I'll put that in the tab. That's 3 already though. Chain attack, I'm not gonna be using chain attack, I'm not gonna be using charge attack. Oh, wait. No, that's not for spells. Enhances stamina, reducing attacks against blockers, no. Attacks on horseback, no. Great Shield Talisman? Nah, I'm not, no. For a different build one day, maybe I might use a spear or something. Arrows, sorceries, no. Potency of incantations, yeah, that's pretty good one. Perfume orange, FP by skills, no. Attack, power of skills, no. See, Godfrey icon is also worth considering because I can charge all those spells. So that'll be good. Successive attacks, no. Poisoning or rot increases attack power. That's a pretty good one. Okay, yeah. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 I'm considering. So 2 of these gotta go. The most negligible, honestly, are the first 2 I grabbed. I don't plan on being super weak. Like, I don't know. I'm not really trying to, go ham on being defensive. I like to go more in on a couple of things as, you know, covering my bases so hard. So I don't need all that defense, and